Okay, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to actually add some Google mobile ads to our game, to our Flappy Bird. So to do this, first of all, we need an AdMob account. So to create an AdMob account, we need a Gmail, and then we have to go to Google and type in AdMob, and then click here to get to AdMob, sign in or register if you haven't registered. And once you sign into AdMob, you have to make sure that if you have an ad blocker, you pause it, because if you don't pause your ad blocker, then it won't work. And once you create your AdMob account, you will see something like this. You will see some tabs over here on the left and some data here in the center. Okay, so you need to go to applications and you need to add an application, okay? So here it will ask you if you have published your application. We'll say that we haven't, so select no. We'll call this application Flappy Tutorial, like this. We will specify the platform we are building it for. We are building our application for Android, so choose Android, choose add. And you can see that they have given us here an ID. This is the ID of our application, and we're going to need this. So copy this. You can click here and copy it. And then we're gonna go to just a text. I'm gonna go to a text file and just paste it in here. All right, so I have it pasted, and now we can go to the next step. And in the next step, what we want to do in the next step is that we want to create our ad. So let's create our ad. We want to create a banner ad. Here we have the interstitial ad, the rewarded ad, the native ad. I'm going to select the banner ad, so select it. I'm gonna call my ad banner. I'm gonna create the banner ad, and once I create the banner ad, you can see that here we have the ID of our application, and here we have the ID of our banner ad, and we also need this ID. So copy this ID and paste it in your text file like this. So we have them copied. Okay, so now we can just hit ready, and now if we go to our applications and we see all of our applications, we can see all of the applications that we have. So we created our application and we have the corresponding IDs. All right, so now we can go back to the Unity editor and go back to our project. And what we need to understand now is that we need the plugin. So to import the plugin, let's go to our Flappy Assets folder. And here you have the folder where it says managers plus AdMob plugin. So click on it. And this time we're going to double click the Google Mobile Ads version 4.1. Maybe if you open this, maybe in the future they will update this version to another version. But it's okay, because if you go to the Flappy Steps text file, you will see that if you go down until you find the Google Mobile Ads, the ads, you will see that here I left you a link of the AdMob plugin. So if you paste this link in Google, so if you come and copy and go to Google and paste this link, you will get access to the latest release of the plugin. Okay, so the latest release right now is 4.1, so we're good. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to our Flappy Assets. Inside this folder, we're going to double click Google Mobile Ads version 4.1. And now this is all the information, or this is all the assets that we want for our game. We're not going to use iOS, so uncheck iOS. And for the rest of the components, we need them all. So just make sure you have them all checked and select import. Now Unity is going to import a plugin. And one thing that usually happens is that after you import a plugin, the editor becomes a little bit slower. That's what I have found out, that the editor becomes a little bit slower after you import a plugin. Okay, so now Unity is going to take a little bit of time until it finishes importing everything. It usually takes some time, so just be patient. All right, so now everything has been imported successfully. So now what we're going to do, the first thing that we need to go is that we need to go up here where it says assets and go to Google Mobile Ads and click settings. And in here we have to check this box where it says in the inspector Google AdMob, and we have to enable. So enable that, and here we have the option to put the Android ID and the iOS ID. We're building our game for Android, so we're gonna paste in our Android ID. I have it in my text file over here. So just come and copy your app ID and come and paste it in here. All right, so we have that pasted, and now what we have to do is that we need to actually implement a manager to manage this AdMob plugin. So to do this, we're going to go to our managers folder. So let's try to find in our managers folder, and inside our managers folder you can see that we have an AdMob manager. So we can click on it, and we can see that here we have an AdMob script. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create an empty object. So create empty object. We're going to call this object AdMob manager, reset the transform of the object, and now we're going to add the AdMob script to it. AdMob. Let me see if I can find it. For some reason it doesn't appear, so if just drag the AdMob script to the component, and okay, it says okay, so it doesn't let us attach the script, and it's because if you go ahead and you open the script, you will see that everything is commented out. I did this because when we first imported the managers, the plugin was not imported yet. So this would give us an error if it was uncommented. So to uncomment everything, just click Ctrl A and then Ctrl K plus U to uncomment everything. Now save the script, and now we can go to the Unity editor and we can actually select our AdMob manager and add the AdMob component. Okay. So if we go to our AdMob script, what we will realize is that we have many methods. We have request rewarded, request interstitial, request banner. So when the game starts, we're actually requesting every single one of them, but we're just going to focus on the banner for now because that's the only one that we want to implement, and the other ones you implement them more or less the same way. So for the banner we have this test ID. So this test ID is when you want to just test the ad on your app before publishing it to the Google Play Store. And what we're going to do here is that first of all, here in the start method we need to paste in our app ID. So inside here, let's paste in our app ID. I have it in here in my text editor. So just make sure you copy your ID and you paste it in here. All right, so we have that covered. And now in here in the start method, you can see that the first thing that we do is that we request the 3 types of ads. So we make a rewarded ad, we make an interstitial ad, and we make a banner ad, but we only show the banner ad. So these are the methods to show. These are the methods to show the banner ad. If, for example, you wanted to call the show rewarded ad, you have some events here. So inside these methods, for example, if the user watched a rewarded ad, here you will have to put in the code to give the user as the reward. So here you would give the user the reward after they watch the rewarded ad. All right, so to test this banner ad, we just have to, I think we are ready, we don't have to do anything else. All right, so just come and save, and let's go back to the Unity editor and play the game. And now if we go to the console, you will see that there is some information in the console here. You will see that it says that we have created a reward ad, we have created an interstitial ad, we have created a banner view, and we are showing the banner view. So basically we are showing the ad, but as you can see, the ad does not show here because it will never show here. The only way to test this is by creating a build of your game and playing that build on your phone. So we're gonna do that right now. So to do this, we're going to go to File, Build Settings, and in here we're just gonna click Build because we want to create a build of our game. And I'm gonna go to my Unity 2D official, and I have a folder here called APKs. So I'm gonna create a new folder called Flappy Tutorial. So here is where I'm gonna place the builds of my game. So click inside the Flappy Tutorial folder, just choose a folder to where you want to save your build, and we're gonna call this build Flappy Tutorial, and then just click Save. And now what Unity is going to do is that it's going to detect the SDK and it's going to build an APK of your game. And once it builds the APK, we're we're going to send that APK to our Samsung. I'm gonna send it to my Samsung phone, so you can see the build playing in my phone, and you can see how the game plays. And if the ad mob, if the ads were implemented correctly, you will see the ads on the screen too. Okay, so the build has been created. Once the build finishes creating itself, you will be presented with this window, and here is my build, my APK build of my game. So now I have here my Samsung Galaxy, so I'm just gonna open it in a new window. I'm gonna go inside my phone, I'm gonna go to my downloads folder, and I'm just going to drag the APK to my downloads folder like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my phone and install this APK. So to that, I'm going to show you how I do it, because I'm going to open an application. Okay, so this is my phone. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to actually install the APK. So let's do that. Let's go and install the APK. It's in my download. So this is my APK over here, so I'm gonna click install. So now the APK is installing. Now it's installed. Now let's open the application. So the splash screen will appear, and then this is our game. And we can see that there is our banner ad. It's working perfectly. We can play the game. We can play the game like this. And the banner ad keeps staying here at the bottom, which is very nice. And okay, that was it for the banner ad implementation. I'll see you in the next video.